The crypto market is green all across the board, and everyone is probably pretty happy and satisfied with their Bitcoin and their altcoin bags at the moment. Altcoins pumping left and right, and still, even though with a little breather of Bitcoin, the altcoins are looking really good. The portfolio feels good, and now is the time to go back on each of these coins that we have been discussing on this channel and look at how they are doing, how they were doing, and what we can expect next from the entire market. And we're also going to look at a couple of news that explain a little bit why these things have been going up the way that they have been going up. Okay, so hey everyone, it's the Patient Hodler coming back after a health break with the latest news of crypto, and this time in a video format as I'm not fit enough to do a live stream at the moment. You guys have noticed no videos the whole week, no live streams the whole week. Many people ask themselves if I have shut down the channel completely. That is absolutely not the case. We're going to grow back stronger than ever, and we're going to go over all the good stuff regarding Bitcoin, crypto, altcoins, Ecomi, Veve, Metacade, Arweave, Vechain, OpenFabric AI, Chappyz, and so on. In this video, we are going to go over the latest news, and I'm going to start with the driver of the next big catalyst, and that is the federal government in the US, better the Fed, that is going to have to print money. Why? Because the US federal government interest payment officially exceeds $1 trillion. And guys, make sure to smash up the like button if you like these video updates and very compressed updates in the future. Then motivate me with a like, and also make use of the timestamps that I will include down below to find the topics and coins that you're most interested in. So what does that mean? If the interest payment with these high interest rates is already $1 trillion, that means that you are going into bankruptcy if you're not at least producing somehow these $1 trillion and at least service the interest rate onto your loans. Otherwise, you're basically a failed state. You have to renew your currency, right? So the US cannot let that happen, and there are only two ways. Either the population and the economy and everyone has to produce $1 extra trillion of basically gross domestic product, or you have to turn on the money printer to service the trillion and print at least $1 trillion of interest rates on top of it, so that you can give that out, and that obviously adds to the money supply, and that usually is what makes prices go up. Doesn't mean that the value of things goes up, but the prices definitely are going to go up because of that, and that is one factor that's going to increase the price action during this bull market. There's also election year coming up, so government definitely more inclined to spend in the US. And then obviously there's the Bitcoin halving coming up in roughly 60 days. So again, there is a trifecta waiting here for everything, and that goes along with rate cuts. So this is the liquidity that we need for an absolute explosive storm. The next one is that right now we have seen a little bit red in the market, so a couple of people may be scared, but overall it's a big nothing burger. Bitcoin whales have sold about 30,000 BTC in the last 48 hours. Still, the price is really where it was before, after that pump amounting to $1.56 billion. We are also seeing that GBTC still has outflows. Doesn't matter at all, it all gets eaten up by the rest of the ETF price action, and even a little bit of a cool off in the indicators could do as well. Then we see exactly those ETFs. There is a new BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF advertisement. Bitcoin ETFs have landed. IBIT, the iShares Bitcoin Trust, now lets you access Bitcoin where you get your stocks and bonds. And that's exactly where you want to be with Bitcoin, right? Where people are getting stocks and bonds, so you can manage all your investments in one place. So the lazy boomers with their stock portfolios now access Bitcoin ETFs, and they get this advertisement via email, I don't know, so that they can see it. Overall, I said it before, big green in the market, right? Let's look at it here without my face quickly. So we see here WLD 145% up on the week, Vechain 40%, HBAR 36%, BGB 46%, Filecoin 40%, and so on. Arweave 52%, FET and so on. You can go to the top 200. It does look the same. You have big things. Gas token of Vechain, VTHO up 85%, Anchor 30, AGX 73%, and so on. Green across the board. If you go into the month, the bubbles are even bigger. No, needless to say that obviously portfolios are now, for many people, are looking really great. My portfolio from all that accumulation throughout the bull and bear market in the green, finally. Even though that Ecomi bag is weighing me down a lot, I am already in the green, which is really good. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has reacted at overhead resistance as expected. Last time we spoke, we talked about this retest onto this, but Bitcoin was just fired up and came up here. Now we have this overhead resistance and see some pretty nasty price swings, like get wrecked liquidations top and then bottom. So we see these long wicks. We see a lot of liquidation events happening, and the green line, the halving, is coming closer by the day. So we're roughly 60 days out to the halving. In my opinion, pretty good. But this overhead resistance is no joke. There is confluence here that we can observe. We have it here, 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 here 2 times from the downside basically, and technically as bullish retests as well if you want to take it. And now we are reacting here again. It's not the biggest of all reactions, or not the biggest of all overhead resistances. That was the teal line, was the biggest of all resistances, but it is a level where we can expect some sideways action. Okay, let us look quickly at the altcoins, because also the altcoins show signals of strength. We see it here. Not only the Gaussian channel changed from red to green after almost 4 years, altcoins have now also broken through the previous resistance with the last weekly close. The same thing happened in 16 and 2020. At that time, the altcoin bull run started. So even though you have seen some nice greens and so on, that is the start of the altcoin bull run. That is here, or here if you want. After that, you see what happened to the altcoin market. After here, you see what happened to the altcoin market. This is not where you think, oh, am I going to drop my altcoin bags because I'm 100% in a profit? No. That is where you're happy that you're 100% in a profit and have a nice 7-8x potential from here on most of those coins. On smaller coins, 20 to 30. On some micro coins, 50 to 100 or even 1000x. We're going to look at some coins in a second. But let's look first at the others chart. We have talked about it. We're sitting at resistance. Big ass resistance, right? We have peaked above it. We are sitting at it, and maybe we are going to stay below it as expected here. We don't know how it's going to play out. Excuse me. How it's going to play out, but the rough estimate was this one, and yeah, it kind of looks like it, right? It still looks like it. Okay, so we're drawing these things in to get an idea when and how we could have a lift off. But I must say, maybe there is a little bit more time to buy some altcoins, but the time is running out. The moment that Bitcoin goes at the halving, beyond the halving, into its parabolic stage, which it kind of already is, because it's a little bit front running right now, Bitcoin, this halving event. We are going into, we are somewhat at some point going into this parabolic stage, and it doesn't matter anymore what you bought after a specific stage. If you throw money into whatever coin here, you're going to make a couple of multiples, right? Right now it matters because these are coins that will have more multiples in the end if they have already good news and productivity and community development right now. So it matters right now, but at some point here, it will not matter anymore. You'll do a 5x, and if you don't sell, you will be back holding for the next 4 years. Nonetheless, let's talk quickly about Vechain, okay? Vechain. So here's the thing that drives the price right now. Our CEO, Sunny Lu, will jump on an exclusive AMA session after our big announcement at MWC Barcelona. MWC Barcelona is the Mobile World Congress, and Sunny Lu is going to potentially send Vechain to the moon. Now, here's the thing. Buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So it could happen that when Sunny Lu launches the news, everyone is like, oh yeah, okay, it was only that. Or it gets fucking excited and the rocket launches. Yeah, you'd never know. But it could be happening that people are basically front run buying Vechain because they think Sunny Lu is going to launch something incredible. And then it's not as incredible as people think, and then the price drops, right? That doesn't mean that Vechain is not going to on a tear. Okay, so let's look at Vechain. We have talked about this in the last video. And actually, thanks guys, the Vechain videos are actually getting nice likes, a lot of clicks, and many feedbacks that you guys liked what I was doing here with Vechain. Now, to be honest, that breakout was unexpected to me. I thought that breakout would be happening in April together with all the other altcoins at the halving, but we just decided to kiss that falling channel goodbye and have a breakout. Now, MWC is next week. It could be happening that we are rallying a little bit more, have some green, and that we then retest somewhat. At some point, I would expect that we retest this channel before we go, okay? So it could still more or less look like that. Or it could be that we are just going off here and basically we're front running this move. We don't know. This is not set in stone. This is not, oh, it has to happen exactly like this. This is how it happened last time, and however you want to draw this, more or less I expect Vechain to do this trajectory, right? And then it ends somewhere here at 50 cents with this trajectory. Doesn't have to happen like this. Bear with me. This is just an orientation, but the breakout was here. Many people that watched my channel and kind of knew what was happening are very happy about the 50% pump. So next one, Arweave. And this is one thing that if you go way back on my channel, we actually talked about this falling wedge that we basically had here in the chart. And I'm going to quickly refresh to see if my falling wedge is really not appearing. Otherwise, I have to switch the exchange to see if it's there. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we have observed this falling wedge, and we said somewhere around here that this might be a good time to buy. You can check my channel for these videos. Arweave has since then broken out and done a nice pump since the breakout. Obviously, there's always coin, like we're up 276% from the absolute rock bottom, 280%. However, if you would have, even if you would have DCA'd at these points where we made the video, you would still be up like 200%, like a 3x on your investment. So I think Arweave is not done with this project or with this run. I don't think that's it, but right now we are pretty overbought, so there could be a cool off phase. But I think Arweave will be going. There's not much more to say to this, rather than it's on its way. By the way, if I don't discuss any crypto that you like, or if I forgot a crypto, then let's talk about it. Okay, let me know in the channel below, in the comments below, and then let's talk about it. Okay, now let's come to Veve and Ecomi and everything around this. And as you know, I'm a big enthusiast of Veve and Ecomi, so I'm going to take a little bit of time for the news here as well. So Veve Digital Collectibles had a glitch in the new MCP system. Is that really a problem? No, a couple of people got pissed because they lost 4 ranks, like me, in the MCP, and thought that someone had been buying a lot. But actually that was not the case. There was a little bit of a glitch in the MCP matrix. We're glad to see you've been as excited about MCP priority bidding as we have in the first few weeks. We have learned a lot about how points are being redeemed and are taking the learnings to develop new ways to earn and use points. Cool. As we continue to calibrate the program as a whole, you should expect to see further optimizations to ranks. Points and levels will remain unaffected. But as a reminder, ranks are not static and can go up or down based on the activity of your fellow Veve collectors. Now, for everyone who doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about, this is the Veve app. Veve app with NFTs of big brands like Disney and so on. Now, they have a collector point system. This system got a little bit messed up in the last couple of days, but they kind of fixed it. But the message here is it's dynamic. If there are 500 new people coming in, they all have a ton of money and they buy a lot of collectibles, more likely than not, I am dropping in ranks because they are all going to pass me and I'm probably going to be then on another level. Similar to what you know from Counter-Strike. Like if a lot of people climb the ranks, could be that when you get basically defeated, that you drop some ranks, okay? So continue to build your collection by landing drops, liking and commenting in the in-app feed, and by making savvy market moves on your journey towards Master Collector. In other words, buy from the primary, buy from the secondary, and get the fuck to interacting in the in-app feed. Okay, understood? Nice. Good. So Veve Collectibles is doing work, and I think MCP, I still think that MCP is big. Next one. This is for the OMI token now. It appears that OMI is going to be listed on BitGet, says CryptoBro. Here is what we know. 71 million OMI tokens were transferred from the OMI business development wallet to a BitGet holdings wallet. That's big news because Ecomi token holders are waiting for an exchange for a long time. The BitGet wallet seems to be a wallet that BitGet uses prior to listings. Since BitGet already supports OMI via Uniswap token swaps, listing OMI would not be difficult for them. So we have a transaction here from OMI Watcher, and we have a very nice explanation here from CryptoBro. So the likelihood of BitGet actually announcing a listing in the next couple of days, weeks, is higher than the normal speculation of, yeah, in Q2 probably some exchange is going to do something. Okay, and then we see here also pretty sure it's a fee as the numbers match up fairly close, says HelloK. 71 million OMI is about 80k USD worth of tokens, which is the fee for tier B listings. And then we see here tier B 160k, 80k USDT plus 80k USD worth of tokens tailored for projects that are promising but may not yet have reached top tier status. Okay, let's see what tier A would be. 80k, 40k USDT, 40k USD worth of tokens, ideal for projects that demonstrate significant potential and warrant enhanced exposure. I would say Ecomi is at least a tier A project, but maybe in the overall scheme of exchanges, Ecomi is actually a tier B one with a promising one. If you're only looking at the OMI token side and see that the integration of OMI to Veve is very weak link still. It is there, but it's not as strong. So maybe because of that, even though that we know, probably we know that Ecomi should be, if everything is rolled out, as tier S, right? Top tier project with strong social engagement and impressive on-chain data. The exchanges might rank Ecomi right now at tier B, but it might be climbing the ranks to a tier S, where an exchange just goes and says, we're going to list that, okay? So this is what's happening behind the scenes apparently, and this number matches up that we saw in this transaction with the 80k. This 71 million is roughly 80k, okay? So there we have it. maybe, or more likely than not, we're getting at least that BitGet listing. BitGet is an exchange that has some decent volume, so it would be very good if we get that. Okay. And lastly, also on the Ecomi app, there are a couple of nice transfers to see. So some people bought some resource here for $2,000 floor prices, potentially a little bit more in the transaction price. But these OG collectibles, the grail, the value collectibles are being bought already. So we see a turnaround there. We see a turnaround in the investment. We see a turnaround in everything, even in the Ecomi price. Look at the price. Look at the volume. Looks pretty good. Now, let's not get confused. This candle has still 5 days to close above this overhead resistance. We might not get through it this week, but at some point the whales will be done doing their thing, and I think then the price will eventually fly. If we get a BitGet listing announcement, the price will probably fly off to this overhead resistance here. Just my rough estimate, but what would that be? That would be another nice 57% and would bring me to break even. I like that. Smash the like if you also like that. Awesome. Now, that is Ecomi. Ecomi, rounding bottoms, double bottoms, whatever, looks good. Volume looks fine for me. With exchanges, awesome. Let's continue to build and be a degenerate. Okay, Metacade. Metacade, you know that I made a video about it, talked about it. I have a little bit of Metacade, like I don't know even how much I have, like a couple of $100, $400 of Metacade or so. Why is it interesting? Because first of all, they are very active. The CEO goes on a lot of AMAs and so on. They post a lot of stuff on their Twitter. And here they posted a partnership with Cypher Odyssey for pre-registration and so on. So that game is basically on Metacade. And funny is, also that game is in the top 3 of the top games gainers on Ethereum layer 2. So that is actually a game that is apparently doing pretty well, and Metacade itself is also on these top gainers. So they retweeted this here. I think that is the reason why we see now Metacade going. I've talked a lot about this in my Telegram group. If you want to have access to that Telegram group where we are exchanging ideas and so on, you have to become a channel member. You are becoming a rare hodler, and then you can get access to these discussions. I just posted before that all happened that I think that this is this support zone here is basically a great buying opportunity. I posted a screenshot of that also in my Telegram group, and from there we bounce. Now we will see, because this is still, this could still develop into more like of a falling channel wedge, whatever thing, like more well accumulation. We see the volume was high, now the volume is very low, and we're waiting for a return of the volume together with this breakout. So we will have to see. But for me, Metacade is a long-term hold, so I'm not confused, and instead I like what I see, and I'm going to keep holding. Next on my list, something that I have talked about on my altcoin streams, which I really want to resume, but we got a little bit thrown off here, but I want to resume them. OpenFabric AI was a coin that I presented on that altcoin stream. They have a roadmap here, and the roadmap reads as follows: AI wallet, AI agents, AI IDE, AI Explorer v2.0, mainnet launch version 0.5, GPU mining, validators onboarding, CEX listings, community growth, forge partnerships, and so on, and many more to come. Obviously, that is a super, and we're in the territory already with Metacade, but now we're in the territory of absolute degenerate 100x coin investing, and you're very likely to lose your money, okay? Don't play with this. It's not financial advice. If you cannot afford to lose the $100 that you're going to throw on this, then don't do it. If you're like, yo, fuck that, the $100, no problem at all. If I lose them, welcome to the game. Okay, so that's what I did. I dropped like not even $100, I think $80 or so in this, and it immediately like it did some moves. Okay, So OpenFabric AI went into price discovery a little bit, but you can see here, like I bought in this accumulation zone. We're up quite a bit, but it didn't really move. Like, it's a super small cap, right? It didn't just yet really move. It retraces here. I think it launched on CDFI or something. They have pretty good ROI. So yeah. For me, OpenFabric AI also something that I'm going to hold more into the bull market. Last one, the most degenerate. Be very careful with your money on this one. Is Chappyz. Chappyz has just brought exciting Chappyz bi-weekly news update. DQ Bates Engage and Earn campaign launch. New partnerships Ordify World and Trailblaze. Introducing Chappyz Code of Conduct. Collaboration with Sugar Kingdom, Odyssey. Valentine's campaign across multiple communities, blah blah blah. So a lot of things going on for Chappyz. Now there is a couple of things to see here with Chappyz. Chappyz circulating supply is very very low, so that means there's a lot of tokens that could technically dump on your heads. Chappyz is a chat engagement, and for chatting with high quality in your communities, you're rewarded in Chappyz coins. Okay, so that is something to take care. Another thing to take care of is the Chappyz Twitter is heavily loaded with bots. Not everything is genuine still in this engagement, but that doesn't mean that you cannot kickstart like this and then go to genuine growth. Overall, I kind of like the idea. I like the AI narrative, just as with OpenFabric AI, and I'm going to show you the chart quickly. And I think we're here in massive whale, or not massive whale. I mean, this is a $1 million market cap in circulation or so. It's really not big, but also doesn't mean, or also means that really doesn't need much to full send it to the moon. So this is more or less a gamble for me here. I put like $150, $200 on it, threw it on it, and I'm going to see what's happening. Now this is what I have for today. I hope if you like this, smash up the like button right now. Please let me know. Smash the like button right now if you like these quick rundowns on the altcoins. We can do this monthly. We can do daily quick crypto updates that are definitely not going to be a half an hour. It's just because I wasn't here the whole week, so I wanted to update you guys, and I hope you got some value. Now, wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. I'm going to see you in the next video.